What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Bobby Ross for coming through and boosting up the temperature in YB's yard. You best believe it. So we got some breaking news right now regarding Orderly Thani Joshua. The WBC has basically said they're going to put him on. I don't think AJ going to want anything to do with it. But still, it's a crazy, not crazy, it's just weird and goofy situation. So Zhang's fighting Kabayel, as we all know. That will be on the February 22nd card. But Suleiman's come out glazing Orderly Thani Joshua off and saying he will be eligible to box the winner. Here we go. Zhang will fight Kabayel for the WBC interim title. Anthony Joshua absolutely can box the winner. Mauricio Suleiman says the WBC wants to support the best fights in the sport being made, and the Alexander Usyk Fury winner won't have an immediate mandatory challenger. I mean this. So essentially, please don't let Fury win. That's what this tells me. Because if Fury wins, it'll be another bum of the month campaign, won't it? Yeah, it'll be Chisora 5. Or whatever number they're on now, 6 or 4. That's what it will be. If Chisora, people, I'll tell you this for free. If Chisora beats Wallin, it will be Fury versus Chisora 5. Fact. Right? Stop playing. You know that's what it will be. Call me a liar. What do you think? Who are you going to fight if he's not being mandated? I don't understand it. Bash. World titles, yeah, should be back to back. You need to prove, and these guys ain't fighting that often. They're only fighting twice a year, right? So if you're only fighting twice a year, you can't tell. Some people say, oh, it's hard to have hard fights all the time. Not twice a year, it's not, people. If you can't recover in 6 months, you've got no business having a belt, in my opinion. Fighting once every 6 months means 6 months is a whole lot of time, people. A lot of time. And that means you need that. You need champions to fight the best every 6 months. So if someone wants a bum of the month campaign, you need to fight an extra time. Fit it in there. If you're fighting twice a year, you best believe you're fighting the best. Otherwise, it's like these guys win belts and they just hold them for 2 years. Jamal Charlo, for example, still clinging onto a belt somehow after about 5 years out of the ring. I'm still champion. How does that make sense? It's a sport. You don't win the Premier League, yeah, in football, or the NFL Super Bowl. You don't win that and then say, oh, we're not playing next year. We're just going to hold on to it. It'll be Super Bowl champions for the next 4. That's the equivalent, right? You win the Premier League or the FA Cup or whatever, or the Champions League, and say, oh, we're not competing next year, so we're just going to forget about the competition. Forget about Champions League now for the next 5 years. We're just going to politic and play Division 3 teams instead. Nowhere else does that. Yeah? So it should be in the contract for WBC. You fight 2 mandated fighters per year. Anything else you want to do outside of that is up to you. Right? That's what it needs to be. We don't want to see Fury versus Raw 5. You man want to see that? Oh, the whole narrative will start again. Oh, YB, Fury beat Usyk and now he's fighting Chisora, but YB, Chisora needs money, they'll say. That's what they've been saying that. Oh, YB, you need to have more humanity because Chisora needs a payday. We all need a payday. Yeah? You man ain't seen my jumper on inside. Don't tell me about who needs a payday. Come on now. Stop playing. I'm tired. Chisora don't need no more payday like that to be interrupted in the sport. It's not his fault. Yeah? But that's what will happen. Because these guys are weirdos. This Mauricio guy's a weirdo. Top weirdo as well. Why are there so many weirdos running these organisations? You got WBO saying, yeah, was it WBO? Someone under the two. WBA saying, oh yeah, we need to see Jake Paul versus Chavez for a belt. Really? We do? Says no one ever in the world ever. Ever. Yeah, says no one, anyone, ever. 100% that one. No one wants to watch any of that crap. Get in there. Yeah? Fury beats Usyk. We do a trilogy, or he's in there with the winner of Zhang and Kabayel, right? If you're a champion, you're either defending your belts in the undisputed unification, or you're fighting the next best. If you can't oblige to that, to fighting the next best, you're not a champion. You're a politician. That's what that makes you. Well, how is it that difficult to understand? I don't get it. Then again, the flip side is, well, YB, when these guys have bum of the month campaigns, it kind of builds their revere. Oh, he's knocking everyone out. It's hard to knock all the top guys out. And that's how all the guys are built coming up. You knock a bunch of bums over, it builds a bunch of hype. But that's what titillates the casuals. But the hardcores know that you don't lead nowhere. These guys, Virgil Ortiz, for example, knocking everyone out, 20 KOs out of 20 wins. Gets in there with someone who's solid, Bochuk, world title contender level, and you get put on the floor twice and go life and death. So it's like, what's the point? Just to titillate. I get it, again, it's about business and building a fighter or whatever, but building it for what? It's fake news. Yeah? The structure underneath, what? Oh, knock everyone out. Well, you don't. You went life and death with Bochuk and had to get off the mat twice. So what was the early 10 fights about? Just flapping your ego. It's annoying. But that's not necessarily fair. Virgil Ortiz is a new fighter, but these old fighters, man, what are you guys doing? Still fluffing your resume. You're there now. Fight the best. Or drop the belts. Like, who did that? Who dropped the belts and fight bums? Or does what he wants? I think Floyd would do that. Floyd would drop belts and just fight bums and whatever else. Don't clog the belts up. Yeah? Anyway, that wasn't the point of this video. The point of this video is WBC is saying they're glazing Anthony Joshua off, saying he'll be eligible to fight the winner of Zhang and Kabayel, which then gets him in line to fight the winner of Fury and Usyk. He's never going to take that fight. What AJ will do is, I mean, this article itself doesn't make sense. AJ's eligible because he's top 10 in the WBC. That also means that he'll be eligible. In fact, Fury might not fight Chisora if he wins. He might fight Chisora, but he might just go straight in with AJ. Depending on how much he wants to stretch this run out. And knowing Tyson Fury, he'll want to stretch it out. So what he'll do is, she'll fight Chisora, and then somehow it'll be AJ's the mandatory shot. Yeah, because it's still the top 10 kind of thing. That's how they do this. They just make things up, man. And Zhang and Kabayel will be on ice. I'm telling you now for free, people. Let's assume Zhang wins the Kabayel fight. It's 50-50, but I lean towards Kabayel. Still, let's assume Zhang wins the fight. I'm telling you now, Fury will never fight Zhang. And AJ will never fight Zhang. So it's going to be quite interesting if Fury wins. Usyk, on the other hand, well, that means Usyk, if he wins, won't be mandated, which means he can pick who he wants. But Usyk's about it, man. He already said, I want to run it back with Dubois for undisputed, 2-time undisputed. Against, at the time at least, Fury was one of the best, for sure, right? So if Usyk goes double undisputed, those are genuine undisputed accolades. Because Dubois looking red hot. Fury was looking, well, he'd never lost kind of thing. That'll be phenomenal. Anyway, the point is, AJ shouldn't be nowhere near a belt, people. He should be nowhere near a belt. Oh, we don't want to see him rebuild. We don't want to see him rebuild. That said, that don't mean you... Oh, YB, because we don't want to see him rebuild, that means he should just go straight there. No. I don't want to watch him rebuild, but that's what he's got to do. And he didn't want to run it. He had a chance to spark at a belt with Dubois. Although that rematch clause will last a year, normally. And there is talks now that AJ isn't ready, learning still, in the lab. And they'll execute it. Dubois will fight Parker, and then they'll execute it in September. Again, though, that just holds a whole bunch of SHIT up. Unless you have a situation where you have Fury Usyk for the trilogy, if Fury was to win. But if Usyk wins, where does he go from there? It should be straight into Dubois. But if Dubois got the AJ bag sitting there, I think Dubois would probably lean with AJ, to be honest. Then again, Turkey might manipulate it to benefit Dubois more to fight Usyk than AJ. Who knows? Anyway, the fact is, AJ shouldn't be in these conversations now. I like the guy. I'm not a hater, man. But there's got to be some parliamentary procedure here, folks. And getting knocked Spark out and ducking the rematch, that don't get you nowhere near No interim title or a title. Nowhere near any of them. There's other guys there. Let's have a look at the other guys in them rankings. Probably full of bums, actually, to be fair. The sport's so diluted. Top 10's like this, full of Otto Wallin's top 10. It's like, come on, man. WBC. Let's have a look here. Heavyweight boxing rankings. Where is it? WBC heavyweight rankings. Oh, it's packed, people. The WBC's jammed full. So again, how would AJ be in the conversation? Coley at number 5. You bugging. Bug.com. What are these guys smoking, man? I knew what. I knew it was weird. I thought, why is a Coley in Dubai for? Oops. Take it. Come on now. He ain't even fought a heavyweight. How's he number 5 exactly? Make that make sense. If a Coley didn't get flown out for the take it. How's he number 5? He ain't even fought a heavyweight, man. Stop playing with me. It's pissing me off. You got these two Listen. Let me tell you something now. Why ain't no one talking about Bakoli, man? Yeah? Zhang and Kabayel have ducked Bakoli. So I don't want to be here about AJ, who's got knocked out by Dubai and ducked the rematch. I don't want to hear about Hug Coley either. Forget about these bums down here. No good. These two are finished. Coley's been finished. I never want to see a Coley again. He sucked against Billy Smith. I don't ever want to hear his name again. Never mind in top 5 and he hasn't even had a fight. If Zhang beat, or whoever wins Kabayel and Zhang, yeah, it's Bakoli up next for them, man. Right? Yeah? That's what it's about. Don't hear about AJ. Oh yeah, AJ will be eligible. Of course he will be. And the winner of Kabayel and Zhang are so zesty. That's the truth. They duck Bakoli, in my opinion. The winner of Kabayel and Zhang are both, even whatever way you look at it, whoever wins is zesty. Didn't want to smoke with Bakoli. And you know that AJ bags there. I don't think AJ will want it with them. But if he did, they're going to take the Joshua fight over Bakoli every time. And that's why you need parliamentary procedure to enforce essentially like an anti-estrogen authority. Yeah? The WBC should be the anti-estrogenic authority. The AOA. Oops. Yeah, we don't do no estrogen around here. So guess what? The winner's fighting Bakoli, man. Yeah, we remove estrogen from the equation. We don't put it in there, man. Of course you want to fight Fury or AJ. I mean, I'd get in there as well with them for 20 million. if it's being offered. It's doing my head in. It's weird like clout homosexuals. Just suck into the clout. This is a sport, man. For example, as much as you like Man United, if they lose in the Champions League semi-final, it's well known you're out. It's not, oh, well, I lost in the semi-final, but whoever runs Champions League, UEFA or whatever, the UEFA have said that I'm still eligible for the fight. That's what the boxing's like. That's exactly what it's like. Kabayel beats Zhang, and Kabayel gets to pick someone who's not Bakoli, even though he's ranked higher than AJ. Where they doing that at? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.